Welcome to another oil painting walkthrough video. So the painting I have on screen here, I'm going to just sort of walk through the process on this one. It starts as they always do with oil paint thinned down with linseed oil, kind of a middle color value and middle hue. This was a very interesting painting, I think, from my perspective at least, because it had been a couple of weeks since I painted when I did this one. So as I started walking through some of my usual processes, so it's kind of a figure study of a woman sitting. So usually how I approach these is I try to rough out the head shape. I try to rough out position of certain body parts and angles. And I just try to guesstimate sort of lengths and proportions on some of those things. When I was stepping through, so getting the body positioning was fine. I don't think I had any problems with that, but once I started the process, I almost feel like I forgot what my usual kind of approach is. The way that I usually go after these is I try to start with big blocks, big shapes, areas of color, like similar colors, and sort of construct it broad to specific. And I didn't do that on this one. And honestly, looking back now, I did this painting about 2 days prior to recording this audio. I don't know why I did it this way. It's almost like, so I've been painting for about 2 years now, and it's almost like I forgot everything that I had built up over that time for no apparent reason. So I started trying to block in some of the bigger color shapes, and then I just completely abandoned that process. And I think you can see where the video is right now. I was able to recover a little bit of it. Early on, I started some basic blocking, and then I just dove in with like some raw umber and ultramarine blue and just blacked out like some very thin lines in certain places, which, like I said, that's really not my approach. So, or my usual approach anyways. When I first started doing that, I feel like I kind of, I had a moment of, I don't want to say panic, but a moment where I thought, oh no, I wrecked this painting already. I probably need to start over or give up on it. Fortunately, I did not do that. I kept pushing through. And again, the point where this progression is, I think I was able to recover it. I started filling in some colors and some different hues and different color mixes around the face, and was able to recover some of the weird, like, I don't want to say monstrous qualities, but certainly looked kind of scary, kind of appropriate for Halloween coming up. But now the subject looks more human, I think. So once I got some of those features recovered in the face and some of the skin kind of areas and tones looking a little better, I felt a little better about the piece. And then I decided to dive in and start filling in the background a little bit. If you've seen these videos and you've seen my paintings before, you know that I'm really, really fond of dark backgrounds. I just love just a dark gray kind of background. I don't know why it's so appealing to me, but it's something that I really enjoy. I like mixing up my own blacks using umber and ultramarine blue usually, but sometimes with other things to kind of give a different twist on a black, a sort of a brownish black or different hues. But I love playing with those light and dark interplays. And I think part of the reason for that is I don't have a ton of painting experience. I'm learning all the time though, and I really enjoy learning about painting just by doing it, just by trying different things. And so one of the things that I've really liked playing around with is just that light and dark interplay. Trying to capture different light sources or just kind of emulate what it should look like or what it could look like. I don't always do it correctly. I think sometimes my paintings maybe don't make logical sense. I don't think anyone's looking at them that closely, but if you were, I think you could probably pick apart some of the weird or perhaps sometimes incorrect lighting, but I think I'm getting better. It is getting better over time. And with this one, I did actually get to a point, I'm not sure if I'm in the video where I landed yet, but I actually did get to a point where I walked away from this one and I thought it was done. Then I realized, actually, this is not done. I walked away and, almost I took a couple photos of it and just thought, all right, finished, I'll move on to the next one. But when I looked at the photos later, I think maybe I ate lunch or something, and then looked at the photos and thought, this is not right. It's incomplete. And I do leave paintings incomplete sometimes, but I also thought there were just some things that I didn't really like about it. So I wanted to come back, and so I did for a second session and just sort of kind of fix some little areas that were bugging me, just some little highlights here and there that I thought would make sense to add. I would still consider this one, though, an Alla Prima wet on wet painting, though, because I did not leave for long enough for anything really to dry. I really think I just left it for a couple hours and then came back, definitely the same day, but not too far after. So still wet on wet, which, if you're not that familiar with that approach, it's kind of designed to let you blend up some aspects and kind of soften edges and sort of make things sort of bleed into each other a little bit. And it's all in one session painting. So like a good example of where this is really fun for me is kind of the interplay between the hair and how it fades into the background. You can get really crisp edges if you want to, but then you can also have kind of soft edges where you've got kind of the darkness of the back of the hair. Like if you look on the right side of the painting where the back of the subject's head, it's kind of dark, that hair there, and it's a soft edge that goes into the background, which is kind of fun. That's something you can do with this Alla Prima approach, is just sort of fade things like that. It's not something that I've mastered by any means, but it is one of those things that is fun to play around with. So I think that brings us kind of to the end of this painting. If anyone has any questions about how this one went or anything like that, always love to chat in the comments. Thank you for watching this one, and I hope to see you for the next video.